Hey guys, happy October, almost Halloween. Um, got a couple updates here to go through in case anyone gives a shit. This is, first off, this is the old PPAce. Um, I think um, this car didn't get a lot of view. None of my videos get a lot of views, but this one it seems like a lot of people don't really know much about this car, and I didn't either before I landed one. Anyhow, my buddy Mike and I been kind of dreaming of making a mid motor version of this thing. This is the one he sold me. I guess maybe it's been maybe a year ago now, but it was in really good shape. Had a 3D printed a bumper, which it's not really standard. This guy here made some other little stuff. This little guy to hold the body, that sort of thing. I don't think these aluminum shock towers are standard. It came with some kind of um, I don't know, something kind of like what the little chassis is made out of. I don't know what you'd call that. Anyhow, so these are the standard plates for the rear gearbox. That'd be the motor mount, the side of the motor and pinion mount through. And that's the opposite one, of course. And I guess one of the major complaints about this car, or at least when it came out or whatever, is that by this time everything had gone kind of mid-motor, all the competitive stuff anyways. Schumacher Cat, something like that. And this guy, they kind of chose to leave the motor hanging off the rear, kind of like the old Optima or something like that. And so apparently, before this thing actually came out, there were several, or I don't know, maybe one, maybe the prototype indicated that it was going to be a mid-motor setup. And then, of course, if you check out any of my earlier videos in this thing, you'll see it assembled the proper way. But I guess they weren't really sure which way they were going to go. If you compared this thing to a cat, it's similar in a whole lot of ways. It's just really that, I won't say that's the only thing that's different, but the main difference between this car and that car is where the motor is relative to the rear diff. So anyhow, I'm jibber jabbering. Printed these guys up on my crappy printer just to make sure everything would work out, and got really lucky. Everything sort of fits. Not everything's I don't have the eccentric carriers for the bearings for the diff or the top pulley. I don't have those set up properly, so there's a lot of slack in those belts, but I just needed to check fitment. I got a little room to be able to rotate that motor if I wanted to go with a smaller pinion, something like that. There's still some room there. Oh God, I'm trying not to get electrocuted on this battery since I got all those contacts exposed. That's from the rear. This is, I guess, standard shock tower mounting screws. Like there hasn't been any mods necessary other than the gearbox halves themselves to do this mod. But what I will need is a shorter upper deck. So ordinarily that would go through there. The servo kind of hangs off the bottom. The steering servo hangs off the bottom. You can see it'd be something like that. So, you know, we'd have to take off. It ends up being around 6 inches. I don't know what this thing, it looks like around 8 inches normally. This guy would normally mount up on top, kind of like, I know this is bad camera action here, but you know, that would sit up on top of there like so. Whereas now, this upper deck is going to kind of mount down underneath there. Yeah, so it'll kind of look something like that, hopefully. There's some tapped screws on the underside there. I've made some room to mount 2 additional pulleys, one here and one down there, because this long belt is going to need to go, oh boy, that doesn't sound good. It's gonna need to come up and over the main pulley. Ordinarily it wouldn't ride on that pulley, but it's either gonna ride on it and come down and head that way, or I may have an extra pulley here to just loop over, and then a pulley here to loop under to kind of give it that nice straight line or parallel line to the upper deck. Anyways, if you don't know the car, you might just, you know, be kind of bored with this mod, but you know, I really only got to drive the car, let's say, once in the dirt. And I really shouldn't have, because I could have really screwed some stuff up. I'm glad I got a chance to take this car apart, because the diff had a lot of sand in it, at the rear anyways, so redid that. But yeah, this is maybe something most people have never seen before. I'd never seen it before either, but this would be a mid, when we're done, this will be a mid motor PB-Ace. I got a buddy who's going to machine these all out of aluminum, so they'll kind of match the big nice aluminum plates in the front. You know, I really want this thing to look like it came this way when it's all said and done. So yeah, gonna be a little while yet before. Oh yeah, other thing I forgot to mention is that I'm gonna need a little bit longer belt. Haven't measured that out yet. This is, I think, like a 4mm what's that, MXL kind. So yeah, I need to sort out how much longer I need, and whether I can get that skinny 4mm width. I told Mike that I thought we might be able to go to 6, because you got plenty of room for a 6 on the front diff, but unfortunately on the rear all you've got room for is a 4mm. And you know, if we come up over the top of that pulley on a separate pulley, it won't really matter about that separation there, but in that rear you really don't have any room for anything bigger than 4mm. So yeah, you know, this is kind of a long-term project, but we've made some good progress. One thing I'm not too sure about, so the you know, the buggy, the bottom chassis is the same. It's maintaining the same wheelbase, but you can see ordinarily that shock tower would come right here. You know, don't know how that mod is gonna work. Probably get a repro body or something and see if I can't do something with that. I'd like to be able to keep the original style body if possible. But okay, so enough of the PB-Ace stuff. I gotta be careful, this thing's a little flimsy because I don't have that top deck mounted up. Just one second. There's Stabby the cat down there. Hey. All right, so next quick update is the Inferno TR15 is coming along nice. Bearings are all in. You see them right there. There's one. There's one. No, there's 2, 4. Yeah, no, you can't see them. Got some new tires. These are the micro blocks. I think this is a medium, which I like better than this softer. I think I had some of these before. They wear out super fast, but they look pretty nice on the car. Those are not the standard tires you'd get. It would have a bigger, kind of like a round pin. So we'll pop the body. Did some trimming on the body to try and straighten that all up. Doesn't look too bad. Rebuilt the little engine. It's in great shape. Just lubed everything up. Compression is really good there. Yeah, man, replaced that center spur, even though there was nothing wrong with it. I had a new one. What else? Just gonna drop there's a little flat spot. Just gonna drop the tank in there and hopefully fire this thing up, maybe even this weekend or next weekend. So yeah, I'm super excited about this little car. Added some of those blinger stickers right there. I don't know, Force RC or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, man, this little thing is gonna be a blast in the dirt. Okay, and then finally, yeah, not too much there. Hey, buddy. Where's the? Oh yeah. Take a sip of beer. My mouth is getting dry. Hey, Brian. I owe you these. Still haven't dropped them in the mail yet, but you might recognize those little guys. Kyosho Cosmo is shit. It's finished, really. Got a parts car in the mail maybe a week ago. It had a much better body. It's painted up, not torn all the shreds like the one I had. Stickers all intact, you know, pretty clean overall. Nothing, no major damages. Some little light scuffs here and there. It had an original set of rears, original set of fronts. These are little, you know, they got that, you kind of push them in and they don't really, I don't know, they feel like they might disintegrate if I actually drive on them, but whatever, we'll do it anyways. Yeah, dude, this car is really, I mean, this is it from the 80s, man. This was my jam. My buddy had I think he had a Kyosho Ultima at the time when I had a Cosmo. So anytime we'd go out racing each other, I would always go home feeling pretty sad and bummed out because this thing wasn't terribly fast. I did get bearings throughout. There's really nothing under the body to look at the moment, just an old steering servo. I haven't put any electronics in it. Again, you know, nothing perfect, or nothing, yeah. Chassis, you know, the original, it's all scuffed up. The one parts car I bought, the chassis is in better shape really than this one, but I didn't feel like swapping it over. Plus this is all clean at least. Replaced all this whole front unit that holds all the suspension arms and everything, and you can see those little light marks there from the threads are kind of bulging. Brand new parts, but you know, this is old plastic and I just wasn't careful enough. And that one you could say is maybe even, doesn't look like it's split, but it's definitely fatigued. Anyhow, I mean, just be careful when you get this new old plastic and you throw in some of those self-tapping screws. They'll crack that stuff pretty quick. This might run once or twice anyways. It'll be fine. But yeah, we'll do a little quick running video on that. Just gonna leave everything stock and enjoy a little bit of nostalgia with this one and sit it on the shelf. Got a scored another AYK Radiant this week. Did not plan on, wasn't looking to buy one, but one popped up on eBay, and as rare as they are, I just couldn't let it pass, so pulled the trigger on it. That thing, maybe it'll show up in the mail next week. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I don't know what kind of shape it's in, but that'll probably be the next thing I start working on. So yeah, hope everyone's well. Weather's turning nice here in Texas finally, so hope to be able to get out and drive some cars. You guys take care, and talk to you soon. If anybody just happens to be interested in any of the PBAce mid-motor stuff, info, let me know. Be glad to do another video, and certainly will whenever we get it closer to finished. All right, so have a good weekend. Talk to you soon. Or talk, I'll talk about stuff and you can listen. All right, take care.